All right, let's take a comfortable seat. Take a moment to reflect on the an intention. If you have an intention for your why you practice yoga, some of it's just getting to be together and practice, but sometimes it's like health. Could be peace of mind. In yoga, the word for intention is a sankalpa. Sankalpa. Like, why? Why are you doing something? What's the reason that got you here? I know for most of us at this point, it's habit. Like that's why we're here. Um, but at some point, there was a reason that we got here. Like there's something that we get out of it, that we recognize that we get out of it beyond habit, routine. It's good to have routines. um, but maybe that could just whatever it is for you. Just take a moment. While you practice, what you want to get out of your practice. Even if this guy here starts making up shenanigans, starts saying things that you always can keep a steadiness and intentionality around your practice. Sometimes that can invite us to work a little harder or work easier or skip a pose, hold the pose a little longer because that intentionality can inform our practice. Okay, something that's intentionality for me today is to be uh, to be calm, to be easeful. So maybe I'll reference that in our instructions, but it will stay in my awareness to be calm and easeful in my life. So I will practice calm and easefully. And so I take a first few breaths here. You'll join me in and out through the nose. Does your breath embody your sankalpa, your intention? Is my breath calm and easeful? A few more rounds, just breathing in and out through the nose, surrounding your intention. So let's go ahead and shrug our shoulders up and back onto our spine. Take a breath and then release. Let's go ahead and do that again. Up and back. And then release. Let's just do the your left side, just one side. And then release. Let's do the other side. Good. Interlock your fingers, press them forward and up, and just stretch the arm joint. Inhale. And then exhale, hands on the thighs, round the back. Exhale. Inhale, interlock the fingers, press it out, open the shoulder joint. And then exhaling, hands on the thighs, round the upper back. Now again, inhale, interlock forward, up and out. Exhale. Good, last round, interlock. Like your hand is touching like a pole through your crown, just rotate like a barbershop pole. Your right, and then your left. Back to center. Good, on the thighs, bow. Gentle bow, not too much. Last round, inhale. Barbershop pole, spirals, right, left. back. Good. And you're going to go ahead and place your hands on your mat. Walk yourself forward to tabletop. I'm going to go to the back of my mat, or back to my mat. Tabletop, you put blocks under your hands, keep your heart a little higher than your hips this way. You're going to melt your spine, kind of just hang in a hammock. Just give a little bit of subtle body side rotations here. And the hips a little bit side to side as well, the ribs. Good. Now as you take your ribs over to your right, turn your gaze to your left. Let's reverse it. Ribs to the left, gaze to the right. Back and forth 2 more times. Good, second side. 1 more time, first side. Breathing, keep breathing, smooth, calm, easeful, second side. Good, bring the right knee a little forward, push back through your left heel. So you're extending your left knee straight, pushing through that heel, lengthening the back of the leg. Lengthening the back of the calf. Good, let's change our sides. You're going to step the left knee forward. You push the right knee back through the heel, extending. Not trying to push back through the knee, but down through the heel from the knee. Okay. I want to hyperextend the joint. Let's come back to tabletop. 1 more time. You're going to extend back through your left leg. Push. So you're extending from through the hip, through the knee, into the heel, not back into the back of the knee. Good. Now just gently externally rotate your left leg so your foot turns 90 degrees. And same thing. Push down through your foot, from your hip, through your knee. You open up that side belly, side waistline a little bit here. Now let's come back to our center. And go ahead and change sides. You're going to put that right leg back. Push. Not back through the knee, but down through it. Breathing. Go ahead and rotate 90 degrees, turning that hip open a little bit. 90 degrees with that foot, and same thing, pushing down and out and through. And let's come back to center. Good. You can separate the hands and lower yourself down to your mat. Keeping the hands under the shoulders. Let's inhale, lift up, starting to engage our back muscles. Feeling the back muscles gently fire all along your spine. So important. Tone the back body, release. Try to keep your legs nice and passive here. We're just engaging from our glutes, from our spine. You can tone your legs a little bit, but we want to keep our feet on the floor here. And then relax. We want to make sure we're using our back muscles more than our leg muscles to lift. Here we go again. Tone the legs, but keep them on the floor. Lift up through your spine. And then hover your hands up like about 6 inches, 8 inches above the ground. Do you feel the shoulder muscles hugging to the spine as well? Good. Let's place those hands down on the earth. Relax the body. Inhale, lift up, tone the backs of the legs. Lift up the arms, tone the shoulders. Keep holding the pose, but breathe. And I'm asking myself, am I calm and easeful? Does this pose honor my intention? Good. Now go ahead and extend out your right hand straight out in front of you. So you're going to reach it out in front. And you're going to roll your right hip up. So you're almost stacking your right hip on top of your left. And now stretch that right hand further away from the hip. Nice long side body stretch. Good. Bring that hand back under its shoulder, back to neutral. You're going to go ahead and extend your left arm out and down onto the floor in front of you. Roll and stack your left hip on top of your right. Good. Once you find that spot, you're going to re-extend with that left arm and just pause, feel the stretch. Notice if there's any difference between the two sides. I'm just continuing to stay mindful with my calmful and easeful practice. Whatever your intention is, maybe you want to add some calm and ease to it, but also making sure you're honoring your practice. Go ahead, push all the way back, child's posture, sitting back into your hips. Keep your hips up in the air a little bit. Don't overuse the knee joints. Good. Let's come back to our tabletop. We're going to drop our belly, open our chest and throat, nice and long. We got lots of puppy action going on here in our yoga class. Open the throat. Good. Go ahead and extend your left foot back again. This time you can keep the foot on the floor. If you want, you're going to lift it about hip height. Your leg is hip height off the ground. Breathing here, just holding that leg in the air. And if you want, you're going to extend your right hand. So it's a crisscross pattern out. So it's like the two drills we just did, but we're combining them. So the leg is lifted and the arm. And then we're going to pump nice and slow. You're going to lift the foot and the hand the same amount and then back down. Hover and then lift same amount and then back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Lift nice and slow, feeling that back body, all that muscle tone engage evenly. Maybe it's calm, maybe it's easeful. Last one, pressing up. And then let's return to our tabletop posture. Good work. We've done this plenty of times. We haven't done this lifting action. So you're going to extend your right leg back. A little bit easier variation is to not do the balancing and just put the fingertips out and the toe back, but they're on the ground. Then we just lift them from the ground. But if you want to add that balancing component, you're going to lift the leg up to hips height. And you're going to lift the arm up to shoulder height. And together they're going to pulse up at the same rate and then back to their starting spot. Here we go, 3 more. Gently lifting, keeping a very mindful engagement. Last round, pulsing. And let's come back to our neutral starting place. Very good. Take a deep breath here. Rest your body. Let's come on down to our forearms now. So you might want to skip this and stay up on the hands or even on the blocks, hands on the blocks. And we're going to extend our left leg back once more. And so you're going to start with the heel up and the toes down. Okay, and we're going to lift, and as we lift, we're going to rotate open. So it's the pinky edge of our foot, the side of the foot, the outer edge, that's the highest point. And then we're going to come all the way back down to our starting position. And when we do that, we square our hips. Okay, so very mindful, controlled movement. So if you want a more challenge, you keep that leg hovering the whole time. Here we go, lift, and then rotate up with the pinky edge, and then back down. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, lift, and rotate, and then back to neutral. So good for our back body, our glute muscles, our hips. Inhale, lift, and rotate, and back down. Last round. Here we go. Lift, and rotate, and back down. Excellent. Back to tabletop on our forearms or on our hands and knees, no problem. Go ahead and extend your right leg back. Remember, we start in the neutral plane, so the toes are down, the heel is up, and we lift, and then as we lift, we rotate, and then back down. Here we go, 3 more. Lift, rotate. Does your movement capture your intentionality? Last one, lift, no, 2 more, sorry. Rotate. There's 2 more for me. And final round. Wonderful. Back to kneeling. Let's go ahead and walk our knees back and drop our hips into the floor, Sphinx posture. Sphinx posture, pushing down through our forearms, lifting up through our spine. Breathe here. And as you practice here, you're going to press down through your elbows. As you press down through your elbows, pull back with your arms to bring the chest forward and bring the shoulder muscles into the spine. Hold the pose, but breathe with your intentionality. I'll be breathing calmly and easily. Good. Fix your shirt like me, just kidding. And then we're gonna bring our forehead to the ground. You can keep your chin hovering, no problem. I'm gonna extend my hands out in front. I'm gonna prop my fingers up on fingertips. So our fingertips are tent pole hands. So my wrists are about 6 inches off the ground, right? Because I've got a tent pole hand like this on the mat. Lift up through your shoulder blades like you've got balloons under your armpits. Good. You can tone your legs, keep the toenails on the mat, or a little more challenge. This time you're going to keep your legs toned and lift your toes, your legs about 3 inches off the ground. So nice and low. We're going to one at a time. We're going to keep our tent poles, but we're going to lift our left arm up to its edge and then place back down. We're going to lift the right up to its edge and then place back down. We're going to go back and forth. Right. It's like a little bit of a swim. So you can undo the wrist if you want, but then come back to tent pole fingers. Left. This steady, still pace, keeping the muscles engaged. Right. Left. A little bit of like a Karate Kid movie here. Wax on, wax off. Left. Noticing that my one arm goes higher than the other. Right. Last round. And go ahead and relax. You can turn your head to one side and rest your cheek on the backs of your hands. These warm-ups, they can build strength so well. They also help, they're corrective in posture. If we do a lot of sitting, poses like this really help rebuild the steadiness to our back body, our back chain. Okay, please adjust on your mat. I have to adjust a little bit so you can extend your arms out straight like an airplane, airplane arms. Like a T shape with your body, a capital T. And you can tone your legs. If you want to keep those toenails on the ground, you can. A little more challenge, you'll tone your legs and hover them about 3 inches off the ground. We're doing the same action, but simultaneously with our arms. So pressing down with our hands to start, push down on the floor with our hands. This will lift up your chest. Good. Now keep that action of pushing down, but as you do that, lift your arms up like bird wings, as high as they'll go, out like airplanes, and then gently back down. We'll do 3 more. Here we go. Inhale, lift. We all know I don't count that well. We might do 10 more. Here we go. Lift. Back down. Keeping that mindful engagement, infusing your intentionality into the way you're practicing your movement. Lift. Inhaling, exhaling down. Lift. Last round, I think. So that seems good. Inhale, lift. And let's rest. You can turn the head to the other side. On the nervous system here. Try to really relax. Be with your intention.
When you're ready, you're going to push up and back into our downward facing dog. Breathe deep. Try to feel your skeleton is nice and stable. When you're ready, you're going to walk forward, forward fold. I recommend like blocks for our warm up here. If you have the blocks, you can put your hands on the blocks. What you'll do is you'll have your blocks off to the left side, relatively so, and your right foot will be wide. And today you're actually going to turn your right foot out just a few degrees, 60 degrees or 45 degrees with that right foot. I guess it'd be like 30 degrees off of the center vertical. And put the left, put you all forward. You all have your left foot forward. Good, that sounds good. Well, okay, everybody get the left foot forward. We got a little split mixed up over there. That was my apologies. Left foot forward, so it's a little bit on the angle. We're just gonna bend to that front knee, and we're gonna bend in a way that we look for where we're at the strongest. For me, I'm at the strongest right over my arch. As I go past my arch, I start to feel the joint a little more. I lose some strength. Where can we push down through our foot and feel the strongest? And just be there for a second. Keep pressing down, feeling that muscle fire at its strongest stage. Good, let's go ahead and step the right foot forward, walk the blocks over the other side, and put the other foot back. So now our right foot's in front. It's turned out slightly. Go ahead and bend the knee. And then push down when you feel like you're at your strongest place. And this is just a mindful intentionality of where's my strength? Where's my stability in my joint? Working on pressing into that mat with a deep solidarity. Good, go ahead and step forward. Shift your weight back. Inhale, come all the way up. Let's rotate our palms to face front. Palms face front. Extend out through your elbow joint and squeeze the shoulder blades back onto your spine. Nice and open, starting posture. Turn the feet out about 30 degrees, slightly open. Good. Let's keep this lift. It's the same idea. We're going to bend our knees and go ahead and step your right foot back. Foot's a little turned out. We're going to push down through the foot. So from your thigh bone, push down through your foot at its strongest point. For me now, when I'm upright, it's over my heel. That's where I feel I'm at the most stable, the most powerful in that joint. You test it for your own body. 2 more deep breaths. Good. Step to the front of your mat. Bring your arms up to the sky. Deep stretch here. Breathe. And bring them down by your sides again. Okay, feet apart, 30 degrees turned out. Rotate the palms forward. Bring them onto your shoulders, or bring your shoulders onto your spine. All right, shift down back with your left foot, any amount, it's fine. So you can push down from your thigh bone into your right foot. Where are you at your strongest? Where's that joint? This knee's a little further than my other knee, interestingly enough. Rooting down. Oh, there it is. I found it again. Okay, pull the arms back. And breathe here. Really working on that muscle, supporting the joint around it. Feeling stable and balanced in our posture. Great poses today, really good. Maybe it's not calm and ease, maybe it's steadiness. Yeah, steadiness is part of our intentionality. Feeling balanced. And step forward, let's swoop our arms up to the sky.
And then bring them down by your sides. Very good. Very good. Okay. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, let's go down the legs. Any amount, forward bend. We'll practice some flat back pose. So putting your hands on blocks or on your shins. Maybe your hands get to the floor, but even if they can, I think putting your hands on something is a little easier. It's a little more accessible to focus on the back. That's the intentionality of this pose. We're focusing on toning our back, kind of like the way it felt when we were laying on our bellies. Now the hamstrings are long. What you're going to do here is you're going to gently hover your heel. We'll call that hover heel. Okay, hover your heel and keep lifting up through your back body so your spine is toned. Yeah, let's let everybody lift up higher. If you notice, the teacher actually has their head above their hips. Their shoulders, my shoulders are above my hips. Why don't you try to do that as well? Shoulders above your hips. You're going to be able to put a lot more strength in your back. John, go ahead, lift up a little higher, bud. There you go, even higher. Put your fingertips on your shins. That'll be easier. Yeah, if you put your fingertips on the tips of your shins instead of blocks, you're almost there. You got it. This is going to let you tone your back. Fingertips on blocks works too. So tone the back. Good. Now we're there. Chin up, everybody. Now open your arms up like little baby dragon wings. This is what little baby dragon wings looks like. Yeah, in case you were wondering if you I've never seen a dragon before. Breathe here. Feel the back body. We're going to lift up another quarter of the way. Keep holding the pose. Breathing. Not sure if we're doing calm and ease anymore. I feel like calm. I'm not sure if this is easeful, but I'm definitely calm. Well, another quarter of the way. Keep toning the back body. And as you come all up, you can keep your heels hovering if possible and squeeze those shoulders onto your back. And now extend out like you're sliding your arms up against the back of a wall. Opening up your chest here. Yeah, very good. Deep breath. Let's bring our hands all the way up. You can put the heels down if you need a little rest. That would be more easeful. You're going to grab your left wrist with your right hand and go ahead and pull over to your right. Let's go back to our center. Let's change our wrist and let's pull over to our left. Go ahead, come back to center and rest down. Good. So I just want to show, when I go all the way into my forward fold, you can see how I've rounded my back, right? As I've gone below my hips. Keep an eye on here for a second. But if I want to do flat back pose, I can do flat back with my hands on the ground, but you'll notice it's just flatter. It's harder to get this. And if we don't have that mobility, what we do is we bring our hands up to our shins, and now I can put a lot more strength in my back because I have that height. So when we practice this round again, press against the tops of your shins if you don't have blocks, and you're going to feel a lot more support from your back for this pose. There should be no pain whatsoever in the pose on your back. Here we go. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, bow. You're going to find those blocks, or you're going to find the shins. Okay, you're going to push down on the blocks or back against the tops of the shins and lift your spine. So you're toning your back. That's it. Lift your spine. There, much better, much, much better. Yeah, so the back goes into the body. Even gently hover your heels with the knees slightly bent. Good, you should feel that back is going in. It's not rounded like a hump. You'll have zoom cameras too. You can turn to the side and check your own posture. I can tell it looks a lot better though. Even more, Billy, squeeze your shoulders even more. Bring your back in even more. That's it, much better. Okay, now baby dragon wings. Here we go, staying with the pose. A little more strain, but if our back is supporting us, it's easy to stay here. It's easy to stay here, breathing. Let's go another quarter of the way higher. Keep squeezing onto the spine. Squeezing onto the spine, quarter of the way higher. You can stay on hover heels, please do, otherwise rest your heels. Squeezing onto the spine, and now let's stretch our arms out against the back of a wall. Feel a nice opening across our chest. Let's go ahead and lift our arms up, straight up. Hold one wrist, let's tilt to the other side, the side that's being doing the holding. Let's come back up. Let's change. Let's go to the side that's doing the holding. Come back up. And rest and relax. Good job. Should feel really good to now release that effort, and the big back muscles that stabilize us should be just holding us up, and the stabilizers that do all the micro movements can relax. Should feel really good on your posture after doing a sequence like that. We're gonna do one more round now that we've really got it. One more round of that exact thing. So here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bow. Slide the hands down the legs. You can bend the knees a little bit. Put your hands on blocks or on the shins. So now we can push down or back to engage our back, right? When again, you can turn to the side. Is your back rounded like an archway? Or is it lifting like a 2x4, nice and sturdy and flat? Good. Now once you've got that, you can hover your heels, little baby dragon wings. Baby dragon wings brings the shoulders into that strength of your back. Really good. Don't over exaggerate. You're looking outward, not upward. Now we just from the hips, we lift from the hips about a quarter of the way. Breathe. And then we quarter of the way again. We should be there where now we can extend our arms back and out to open our chest. Whew, if we do any driving, we do any texting, we do any typing, this action is so good on our posture to open up like this. One more time, reaching up. We're going to tilt to one side. Breathe. One more time, we're going to tilt to that second side. Breathe. Back. Let's settle those heels down and rest from our pose. Good sequence today. All right, we're going to step our right foot back into our full warrior one now. Full warrior one, you're going to have about 45 degrees in that back foot. And you'll go ahead and bend your front knee directly over the front heel. We're going to start to turn our pelvis towards the front of our mat. And as we turn our pelvis towards the front of our mat, go ahead and push down through both feet. Even that back heel now, even that back heel. Pushing down through both feet. Good. Open your body onto that posture that we just created from our little sequence there a moment ago. And let's go ahead and stretch our arms forward. Let's go ahead and stretch our arms up. And turn your palms to face each other. And you're going to squeeze your arm like it was a tuning fork and your head was being tuned. Tune to your attention, your sankalpa. Breathe here. Good. We're going to go ahead and shift our weight into our downward facing dog. So put your hands down on blocks or on the mat or on a table ledge. And go ahead and step back, downward facing dog. And then very soon after that, come forward into a plank posture. Breathe here in your plank posture. Pushing down with your hands. Squeeze your legs towards each other to firm up your core. Good. Gently just bend your left knee. Don't move anything else and put it back. And then gently bend your right knee. Don't move anything else and then put it back. Let's go one more time. Bend the knee and then put it back. That's all everything else stays the same. Bend the second side and back one more time. Bend first side. Doesn't have to touch the floor, just bend it. Keep the foot where it is if you don't mind. Bend the second knee. Good. Down to your knees. Well, you can do 3 push-ups if you'd like. 3 push-ups, or you can do a cobra, or you can just skip it. Rest your body. Squeeze your back body, friends. Keep that back body toned as you do 3 more push-ups. I don't know how many you had already done, but you gotta do 3 more.
Keep your back body engaged. It's that same feeling that we're working on today. Open, engaged spine. Good. And let's all rest in a shape that feels comfortable to you. Remember your intention. It's called the Sankalpa. Sankalpas are interesting. It's like, have you ever lost your train of thought? Of course you have. Like, lost your train of thought. You got out of bed, you forgot where you were going. Like, where's the fridge? It just happens. We go into a room, we don't even know why we went into that room. That happens, doesn't it? We go into a room. Oh, what am I looking for? Good. Downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and walk it out. Come back up. Just having this awareness where we conscientiously try to keep a thread of intentionality for 75 minutes. This helps our mind in that conscious awareness, that mindful presence. Let's push down through our right foot. You're going to go ahead and step your left foot back into a classical warrior one footwork. 45 degrees in the back foot. Go ahead and bend your front knee over the heel. You'll turn the hips towards the front. They don't have to actually get to the front edge, but you're turning them in what feels good for your hip joints, okay? As you turn your hips, now re-push down through your feet evenly, even that back heel. Okay, now from here, show that open spine like we've worked on. And then we're going to bring our hands forward and up, palms face each other. Breathe into our intentionality. Just notice how quickly we lose sight of that intention. I'm being calm and easeful. If you start hearing me frantically yelling, you know I've lost my intention. Good, nice mindful transition. You're going to place your hands down and step back briefly, downward facing dog. Just one, go ahead, push back. And let's come out over our plank pose again. We're going to tone our back body, even though we're pushing down with our hands. Looks really good. So the shoulder blades are on the back, even though you're pushing down. Here we go. Bend one knee, don't move the foot, and put it back in plank. Bend the other knee, don't move the foot, and put it back. So just the knee bends and back. Second side. First side. Second side. First side. Second side. And let's lower down kneeling push-ups, or you can practice a cobra pose, whatever feels better for your body. Keeping that back musculature supportive and engaged as you embody your intentionality. Good. Cross your ankles, push up and back. We're going to sit back here for a second. Phil, you can come back to the ground for a little bit here. You're going to sit back cross-legged. You want to, please sit up on something for a moment. Sitting up will help you twist your, put a twist. Bring your spine up. Everyone should be sitting up nice and high so your low back still has that same in feeling like it did from our warm-up exercise. We're still playing with this idea. You're going to take your left hand and put it on your knee and just gently push into that knee as you twist. Breathe. Good. Now stretch your right hand out on a diagonal like this and turn the palm up. And now follow your thumb any distance back. You should be able to, if you can't see your thumb, you've gone too far back. Breathe. Good, now take that palm, bring it all the way over to the opposite knee. Let's go ahead and press on that knee. Bring your spine in as you twist. We're switching sides. You're gonna take the other hand out. You should be able to see the tip of your thumb, the thumbnail, and twist open. The gaze can't see it, you've overdone the shoulder mobility. Good, coming back to center. Let's hook our thumbs now in front. Hook our thumbs, so you're pressing your thumbs against each other, you're fanning your fingers out. Looks good. Put your hands out and kind of pull your thumbs apart and reach up. When you reach up, you should be able to bring your spine in and forward. It's kind of like, almost feels like you're arching your back, but you're not really. You're just building your back muscles. Okay, now rock forward. If you sat high enough, you should be able to do this, and this would be a good way to know if you did in fact sit high enough, that you can pull your thumbs apart and rock up onto your knees. If you can't rock up onto your knees, you didn't sit high enough, and you get a -1 gold sticker. But you all started with 1,000, so it's no big deal. Good. Next time you have to sit up higher, though, if that was difficult on your knees or anything, keep pulling your thumbs apart. Open your chest up and back. Open your chest up and back. Really nice. Make your shins parallel. Good. Press your hands down. You're going to rock back into a squat pose. Squat pose. From squat pose, hook your thumbs again. Open your hands. Here we go. Up. Squat pose. That's not squat pose. That looks like kneeling pose, Billy. Squat pose. Pull your thumbs apart and stretch up. Open up the front body. Tone your back. And relax. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. Left foot in front. Right foot back. Warrior 2 stance. But we're going to start with the legs straight. We're going to start with triangle pose. So it's the stance, same stance as warrior 2, the feet are flat, legs are straight. Push from your pelvis, push from your left hip, down. As you push from your left hip, push down through both feet equally. This will start to tilt your hips if you push from your front hip down. Just breathe here. Are we stable in our joints? Are we going back through our knee, or are we pushing from our left hip through the knee into the foot? Okay, I'll just hang here for a moment, keep stretching and toning the muscle at the same time. Good. With your left hand, you're going to just slide the fingers of the hand down the inner leg any amount. Keep breathing as you continue to go deeper into the stretch as far as you'd like for your triangle pose. Very good. Let's go ahead and lift our top arm up to the sky. Trikonasana. Beautiful. Breathing. Keep pressing from our front hip down both feet. Body, our intention of our practice. What are we here for? Keep that. Keep pressing down. Inhale, rise up. Take your left hand, lift it all the way up to the sky. Lift up that left hand all the way up to the sky. Keep that left hand lifting as high into the sky as you can. And now bend your left knee deeply into the warrior 2 legs. Good. Breathe here. And then one more time, let's go into triangle pose. Same exact posture, but do all that alignment as one. Pushing the hip down through both feet evenly and tilting into the pose. Good. Bend your knees, step out of your posture.
And breathe. Remember your intention. Your sankalpa. Good. You're gonna go ahead and step your left foot back, or your two legs. The legs, sorry, or 2 feet. The legs are straight for triangle posing. We focus on our right hip now, that's the front hip. We'll push down through both feet evenly. As you do that, in order to do that evenly, it'll start to tilt your pelvis, tilt your hips. Keep staying mindful. You can slide the right hand down the leg any amount. Breathing. You're ready, you'll open up triangle pose. Good, inhale, come up, pressing down from that front hip. Now go ahead, before you bend your knee, you're just gonna lift your right hand up as high as it'll go. As high as it'll go, point with the index even. Keep breathing there. And then keep reaching up as you bend your front knee. Good, come back up all at once. Pressing from that front hip back into triangle pose. Down through both legs. Inhale back up and step out of your posture. Good. When you're ready, you're going to step wide and turn your feet out about 45 degrees. Take the palms and face them forward. Open your chest as you breathe long and deep. Go ahead and bend both knees to a place where you feel like you have your maximum stability, maximum strength, pushing down into your feet. Good. Once you're there, pull your arms back to engage your back muscles a little more. Pull your hips back a little more and start to hinge. Hinge, keeping your back strong. Hinge your hips. That's it. Good. Inhale, come back up. Heels, toes in, heels in. One time, same thing. Drop down, arms back. Keep your back engaged. Come back up. Try not to go over into the joint. Toes in, heels in. This time your heels can come up. Try to make sure that you're staying stable. Hip, knee, ankle. All the joints feel supported by muscle. Arms back. Here we go. Bend. I'm going to start to lift my heels up now. And lower down. That's where my range is. That's where my strength still remains. Okay, push back up. It should be easy to push up if you didn't go past your strength. Good. One more time. Turn it in. A little bit closer. Closest yet. If you don't go past your range, it's very easy to lift back up. Here we go. All the joints work together. The heels have to lift a little sooner here once we're closer like this. Use your arch to lift up. Good. Push down. Rise up. Excellent work. Excellent work. Step wide again. Turn your left foot out 90 degrees and bend the knee over the heel. Side angle posture. Drop that hand down and stretch the arm forward. Side angle posture. You got it. So keep pressing down
from your left thigh through your left foot. See if your right hand can touch the floor or touch a block. Good. Turn your back heel up. Turn both sets of toes to your left. Inhale, stretch your left hand forward. And then open windmill. Keep breathing, hold the pose. Good. Both hands down the mat. Drop your back knee. Have your front foot turned out 45 degrees. You're going to bend the knee deep now, and you're going to find where the end range of your strength is. You're not going past that. You're staying in that. If you want to even lift your heel just slightly or just lighter in your heel, you can. But you're not in the knee joint. You're in the strength of your leg. More important than opening the hip. But the knee is turned out slightly though. Good, back off of it. Now take that foot across the body, pigeon pose. The front foot goes across the body, pigeon pose. Good, let's stay up today, hands on the floor, on the blocks, so you can tone your back muscles like we've been working on. More deep breaths. Good, go ahead and neutralize through a downward facing dog. When you're ready, you're going to switch sides so that your right foot is at the front of your mat. Warrior two legs. Put the right elbow on the thigh. And side angle pose with the left arm. Good. Take that top hand down on a block or on the floor. I like a block. Keep pushing down. You're going to turn both feet to the right. And turn your chest open. Breathing with that top arm. Keep it on the thigh. Stay with it, friends. Good. Come back. You're going to drop your back knee down. Both hands come down, and we're going to test that end range where we're in control. We have power in the leg joint. We're not just sunk in the joint. You can always find that. Just bend it all the way until it explodes. Try to stay where you're in a place of power. That knee, the foot's flat on the floor. Good. Now let's go ahead and bring that foot across for pigeon posture. We'll do hands down, chest up version today. Good. Let's step back, neutralize your hips. And then go ahead and come to kneeling. You're gonna take your blocks. Take your blocks. You might not need your blocks, but you're gonna start with blocks, please. You sit on the blocks. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our left shin on the floor. So our left ankle's near the blocks, but then the right foot is gonna be sort of in like a squat pose. Our right foot is on the squat pose, and then we're sitting on the blocks. So one knee is in kneeling, and one leg is in like a squat looking shape. And you sit as high as you need to, where both sit bones are evenly distributed into what they're sitting on. And you know, you might have a mobility, you could sit on the floor. I sit on 2 blocks. Good. Since your left knee is up, you're gonna put your left elbow on that knee with the palm extended out. You're gonna reach the left hand straight out like you're being sworn in. And then you're gonna lift it up. Good. Straight up into the sky. Now turn, listen carefully, turn the back of your hand to face front. So that now I can bend my elbow and shoulder and tuck. I can press the back of my hand against my kidneys. Okay? So the back of your left arm goes behind your back. We should be in a mirror to each other. Joe and Billy, I think you've got the wrong. It's all right. You're going to be turning to your right, and Lynn and John, you're turning to your left. I'll be turning to my right. So if you're mirroring me, you're turning to your left. Let's come out of the pose. Rock up. We're going to change sides. You're going to put the other knee down, and the knee that was down is now the knee that is up. Okay. So I'm just gonna say knee down side, knee up side. Okay, since we're all doing a little bit different sides here, so it's the knee down side, it's the knee up side. So you're gonna put your elbow on the knee that's up, and that arm is straight out. So you go. This is gonna just help you lift up. It's gonna help you lift your posture. All right, the knee down arm is gonna lift out, and then it's gonna lift up. Okay, good. Breathe. And open back. Open back. It's like you think like you got like alligator arms. And the alligator arms are opening their jaws. Good. Now turn the top hand so the palm points back behind you. Good. Now thumb down and tuck it behind your back. Good. And now turn to the knee down side. Breathe. Come back to center. Let's come out of our pose. Good. Go ahead. Cross your ankles and sit back. And just kind of let your legs be out a little bit and let the knees fall open. Just relax our back. We did a great job today toning our back again, putting our back stability back in, but now we just sort of drape. We let the inner structure hold us up, but externally we are very much calm and easeful because we have an inner light, an inner stability that we put back into our bodies. Good. Scoot forward. Let's lower down onto our spine. If you're okay with it, you're going to interlock your hands behind your head. And just breathe and rest. Opening the shoulder. Opening the throat slightly. All right, bring your heel toe, your feet closer together, and put your left knee, stack your left knee on top of your right knee. Now listen carefully, just shift your hips just like an inch or so to your left. So that whatever knee is up, you're going to take your hips that way. But then drop your knees the other way. So if the left knee is on top, you're going to drop your knees to the right. Keep the hands under your head if it's okay, it's available to your body. Keeps the shoulders open. Good, let's come back up. Center your hips because you move them over, right? Bring your feet together and let's put the right knee on top of the left if you're following me, or just your second side. Okay, now shimmy the hips to the right an inch or so. So you're going to the side with your hips, whatever knee's on top. And then your knees drop over to the side, opposite side, the knee that's on top. Breathe. Let's come back up. Bring ourselves back to center. Place the feet together and drop your knees open. Close your eyes, try to deepen your breath. We deepen our breath by breathing lower, by breathing softer, by breathing less. It's like a gentler breath. It's a calmer breath, and it's low. It's low in your belly. And just do that. I know you want to do other things. I don't want to think a million things, but just breathe low in your belly. Breathe softer and slower. Start to slide the
Slide the legs out on your mat. Just gently take the back of the right knee up, and you can go, you choose. You can go towards your right shoulder, you can go towards your chest, you can go towards your left shoulder. Just sort of feel what feels good to the joint. And go slow, go very easeful. Now we can be in the joint, actually. That's fine. We're trying to not use the muscles here. You put that foot on the floor, put the leg out straight, and do the other side. You put the leg out and rest. Rest. Open your feet apart, your arms apart, what feels good to your body. That your rest pose honors your intention, your sankalpa. Stretch your body. Take a comfortable seat on your mat. May your intention continue to deepen into your embodiment. Namaste.